I'm going to give it a few minutes for the rest. Hey, perfect. Okay, now the chat works. Beautiful. Hello, Verna. Get on my didgeridoo set up here. Hello. Let me make sure share screen. Oh, cool. Well, that works out nice. Hello. Give it a few minutes. We'll get started. So, I see that I have the kind of slideshow, and then in the bottom right corner is a webcam of myself. Can you guys see that as well too when you're looking at the live stream? Awesome. Perfect. This is the first time I'm doing any of this, so far so good. Other than the age restriction thing. Just so I know everybody, all the different people that are here, go ahead and just say a little hello in the chat for me. Hey, Nick. Hello. General Kenobi. I'm very tempted to do that General Grievous voice. Manchester. I hope you support the correct team. There's only one team to support from Manchester. Everybody knows who that is. That's it. Let me close those. Hey, Scott. $17. Give it till maybe like 140, 142 or so. More people to join. Hey, Lucas. For those just coming in, appreciate it if you just say like a little hello in the chat, just so I know all the different peoples. Hello, businessman, Merrickwood. Give it a few more minutes. A decent number of people here. That's great. Nice. 4-hour session. Whew. I can't wait to get back to painting. Yep. We have 2 more minutes. We'll start at 1:42. 1:42 my time. One more minute. For those new coming in, just throw a little hey in the chat, please. Oh. I see what you mean. Yeah, I had no idea that was a thing. I think there's so many different details about YouTube and stuff that, yeah, I figured this would be the best way. I couldn't really think of any other way that would be better. But, I don't know, you guys are probably no better than me. Let me know if there's any other more efficient or better ways of doing things. Okay, well, it's 1:42. Like I said, I guess we'll get started. People are slowly trickling more and more in, so this should be able to go on my YouTube channel as well too. So for those who weren't able to watch it live, I guess we'll be able to view it at a different time. Okay, so we'll get started. Thanks everybody for coming. Again, my name is John Luca, aka Firstborn Painting. This is the first rendition of Mithril Brush. We've done competitions in the past for the past 3-4 years, but this is kind of the most official one, I guess. I've always wanted to do one relatively official with a website. I wanted to give people longer time to work on their pieces, so this has been long in the works. It's worked out pretty well so far. Obviously, I'm sure there's improvements to be made, but and I'll definitely be asking for feedback from you guys at the end, not just at the end of the ceremony, but just at the end in general, for the next upcoming year, to see other ways we can improve the competition even further. So. All right. So again, Mithril Brush 2024 Award Ceremony. Let's get started. So first off, just some metrics, some details about the competition. Single Masters was the highest category in the number of entrants. So I guess we'll start actually. There were 67 people that entered pieces. My goal was a little bit more than that, but obviously, just like a wedding, you have a certain number you go for and only expect a certain percentage. But out of the 67 people that entered, many entered more than one entry. So there was a total of 96 entries that myself and the other 4 judges had to go through meticulously. So which was good. So out of the 67 entrants, or out of the 96 entries, 31 of them were in the Single Masters, the highest number. Single standard 16, monster 14, bust 3, air red 6, dual 6, and diorama 20. There was one last category too, the conversion category that we did start with, but around the time when it was getting due for all the entries to be submitted, I ended up removing that because honestly we just didn't have too many entries in that category, and it would just be silly to judge one or two of them, So although bust is 3, but I think conversion there was literally only one entry into that category, so we just did a little side shift. So, and of course our judges. Say a big thank you to those guys, because this past month we've spent many hours looking at all the pieces and trying to judge it to the best of our abilities. So obviously, me, but probably the least important. Second, Alex does minis, one of the past Slayer Sword winners. Wave Colors, good friend Jonathan. Chris Perry minis, and KZM minis as well too. So the 5 of us really meticulously went through all of these. So because you guys spent a lot of time with these pieces, and we wanted to make sure we judged them as well as we possibly could. Obviously, with it being an online competition, that has its drawbacks, but we made do with what we had. So, all right. So the way that this will work out will be, just look at my side thing here. We'll start next with some honorable mentions, ones that scored really high. And I guess actually, let me talk about just the scoring itself. So the 5 of us, we each had scores from anywhere from 0 or 1 rather to 4 per entry. There are 5 of us, so obviously if somebody got 20 out of 20, 4 points from each judge, you'd get a gold. And then there were certain brackets, like if you got this score, you'd fall into this one and whatnot. So that's kind of how we did the judging. So we'll be interested to see how well that worked, and maybe other ways we can work it. But I mean, it seemed to work fine, but we'll go from there. So we'll start first with the honorable mentions that didn't quite make gold. And actually, let me preface that. All of those that will be shown here will be individuals who won gold in all the categories. Again, this is an open competition, so there's not just, other than a few of the categories, there's not just one gold in some of them. And others, most of the categories, there's not just one, there's at least a few golds. Okay, but these honorable mentions were very close, and certainly want to be commended. So the first honorable mention goes to Stefano and his beautiful piece, the Elrond, in the diorama category. So this was very, very close with all the pictures that you guys provided. So it was very, very, very well done from the horse, Elrond itself, and then obviously I had to pick at least what I thought to be the best picture per entry. So this really stood out and was beautifully done. So well done, Stefano. Second honorable mention goes to Sam Gallagher and his beautiful Mary diorama. Fantastic job with the resin, very realistic base looking. I mean, there's a few here that you'll see that, some of the resin, and spoiler, but it really, really stands out. So fantastic job here. Third honorable mention goes to Ewan. This was his entry into the single standard category. So really, really nice job with the non-metallic metals. You can tell that, he has a pretty decent understanding of it. And kind of things go nicely together. The blues and the armor goes with that base, and then the lava underneath as well. So very nice job, Ewan. And then the fourth and final honorable mention goes to Jan and his fantastic fantastic. And this was the arid competition, as you can quite tell. So love the metals, love the discoloration. You can tell they have that kind of Morgul feeling. Yep, that banner was very, very well done. Yeah, just the tint of green, it gives it that kind of very much that Minas Morgul look, like in the movies. So fantastic job. All right, now next we will start with the bust category. So there was only one gold in the bust category. Again, there were only 3 entries, but 1 gold there. So yes, agreed, all those honorable mentions were excellent. So the 1 gold winner in the bust category goes to Nathan Lee and his beautiful job with Azog. And immediately you can tell which scene this is referenced to. I just actually watched the Hobbit trilogy, and I'm going to start the Lord of the Rings trilogy soon, but you can tell that it's based off of the scene right at the end of Unexpected Journey. So fantastic job on this bust. One limitation too for this category is at least that it seems like there's some creators of busts, but there's not too many options to get busts. So that'd be one area that I would really love for people to get more into. I guess maybe it'd be good if I can try and connect with those people who do create the busts for Lord of the Rings themes. But yeah, this is a fantastic job from the OSL, or the understanding of the light from behind, from the moonlight to in front, hitting the front right of the face and the front chest, from the fire, from all the dwarves throwing the flaming foliage. So beautiful job. Next, dual category. In this category, there was only 1 gold. And that gold goes to Stephen Harwood and his fantastic job with this duel. The colors between not only the orc and the warg, you can tell there's some harmonization of the colors, with Eowyn and Merry and the horse as well. So beautiful job. The base, very well done as well. Congratulations, correct. All right, next category, monster category. And there was 1 winner for this one as well. And that winner and the gold award goes to Ryan Whitaker and his Balrog. Fantastic job. Just from the understanding of the fire and the light, understanding the closer you get to the hottest source of the fire, the whiter it gets. And many of these pictures, not many, all of them will be posted on the website very soon. That part is done. I had somebody work on getting all the banners and stuff for the pictures, and those should be posted soon, and you should be able to zoom in on these too. So hopefully the picture quality is good, but fantastic job. So very well done. All right. Next category, Eored. And there was 1 gold in this one as well. And the gold goes to, in the Eored category, goes to Greg and his Rohan-themed squad. From the centerpiece of Theoden to the other 4, 2 mounted, 2 on foot. Fantastic job. The understanding of the non-metallic metal goes very well. Just the quality of each miniature. Everything goes beautifully together. And obviously, with this, it is a category that is a little bit tougher, excuse Excuse me. But he nailed it. From the base to all the different colors, everything goes so well. Nice. I would love for Del Scorcho when I will later post all the gold winners and additional winners as well too on Instagram, so you'll be able to find his account. So, but yeah, very well done, Greg. Hopefully he's here to watch it. All right. Next we go into, so these next two categories are actually, one second. Next. Yeah, a few categories. In this next category, in the single standard category, there's going to be more than one winner, more than one gold winner. Agreed, Chewy. So, the first gold in the single standard category goes to Beer Grill Minis. I always chuckled when I was looking at this. It's such a cool little entry, just from the goblin, from the the coloration from from whatever's in that pot, all the way down to the decaying dwarf. So I think this model is this a DeVale model or is it a unreleased miniatures model? I can't remember. I think it's unreleased miniatures. Yeah. So really, really well done. Fantastic entry to the standard category. Second gold goes to Karsten and his beautiful job. This dwarf banner bearer. Very well done. In the base, from the basic metals, and very, very well done. Nice job, Karsten. The banner as well, I agree. And the third gold goes to this entry. I don't want to pronounce the name because I'll butcher it. Fantastic job for this entrant. Again, very similar to the others, so the other entries in the standard. Good understanding of how kind of metals should work. Good idea of basic blending and things like that. So the name, oh gosh, it's the W. The W messes me up. I mean, is it simply just Mathieu? Well, that's more French, but this seems like I don't know how to pronunciate the W in whatever language. That's Polish or Eastern European. Excuse me. If you're here, maybe put in the chat exactly how you pronounce it in English. So very, very well done. Congratulations to those gold winners in that category. Next, we come to the diorama category. This is one of the most fun ones because we had some fantastic entries in this. But this one, there was only room for one gold in this category. And it was not easy. Not easy at all. But there was one gold winner that really stood out though. And I think in a moment you'll see why. The Diorama Gold Award goes to Kev Lawrence and his amazing job. I mean, just look at this diorama. Well, you'll see in a second the next picture, but I had to include the next picture. But fantastic job. I mean, obviously the features of the base, the resin, all of the details within the resin from the outstanding paint job. Excuse me, guys, I'm under the weather. Of the fish to the skull underneath the water to all the other details. And from personal experience, I can tell you it's not easy to get that clear. He must have sanded that resin like crazy and then really, applied maybe some lacquer over the top of it to really get it to shine and to see through it well. From the waterfall, even if you look closely next to Sam on the left, there's a little bit of a wisp of smoke coming from the fire. Yes, it is Chewy. Yes. Dead Marsh Spectre, that's correct. Yes, it is. Goes back to the old One Ring forum days where I was back there many, many years ago. So just fantastic job. I mean, just look, I had to make an exception with this one to include a second picture because this is the back of the entry. Just look at that. I mean, look at that beautiful job with Gollum in the back. I mean, that is not easy. That is not easy to do. And he knocked it out of the park. So, I mean, just fantastic job, Kev. Beautiful job. All right. Now we go into the final category. This one is... This will be nice. Next category. Single Masters. First gold goes to Jakob and his fantastic Easterling. I mean, the harmonization of the colors, again, beautiful job. This really was a very excellent job. Well done, from the nice contrast of the green emeralds to even the hint of the red within the armor as well to connect very well with the red cloth. Fantastic job. Next, second gold goes to Lucas Kuhn. Very well done. The OSL from the fire of the sword itself. Fantastic job. Obviously, and then just the basing itself all the way to the execution of even the webbing, you can tell in the fell beast, all the details of it's not veins or arteries, but all the parts of the wing of that beast. All the scales as well, you can tell, all the meticulously done and detailed. And then the OSL and just metals is just out of this world. So very, 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 very well done. Yeah, I wish I could see it live too. I would love to have this in my hand just to look at it in person. Well done, Lucas. Next, we got next gold goes to Robert Evans, another Easterling. Fantastic job. This one, I mean, similar to Jakob's, gold's very well done. Understanding of really, and this obviously in this category, for those entering non-metallic metals, obviously we really looked at that, but this understanding of non-metallic metals again is very, very well done. Understanding how reflections work, and not just in one area, how then you should think about all the other areas where light's hitting and how the non-metallic metal would look. So fantastic. And the base too goes beautiful. And the fourth and final gold in this category goes to Scott Geeson and his beautiful mounted Legolas. Very, very well done. Beautiful job. Really using the size of the base too. I see that. Not having too, and again, this goes to others too, but not using too big of a base for sometimes these single, having one that barely goes around it is really important so that it doesn't seem like there's too much base for too small of a figure. And then obviously the painting in this one is just, the tufts, you can tell it's, and obviously I think even too, you can kind of tell just the flowers as well, the symbol Myrna from Rohan is a nice touch. So very well done, Scott. Congrats. Now, so I thought it'd be fun to include kind of different awards And I posted something. I had some already in mind, but I posted also on my story about a few weeks ago to give me some ideas, just because I'm not too creative. But I'll give you an example. This most cinematic scene award, because we definitely want to give thanks and give a shout out to other competitors as well too. So the most cinematic scene award. Excuse me. So the most cinematic scene award goes to Manolo Vega and his fantastic job. It's pictures of this one is hard to obtain because it's in very much like a Roman lapat. It's in a frame. So this, at least this photo was the best that I could, utilize. But fantastic job. Obviously for the scenery itself, just from the mountains. I mean, you can tell this guy does some 2D painting too. So um, fantastic job. And then obviously the very classic Fellowship. Yeah, exactly. It looks almost like a Bob Ross painting. So I mean, it's almost like Bob Ross got into Lord of the Rings miniature painting. This is exactly what he would do. So fantastic job. And this is very cinematic, clearly. Next, the most Peter Jacksonian award. This one really stood out, and I think you guys would agree. So that award goes to Mr. Rosiek. Again, another first name that, I mean, it's kind of like the other one, where it's kind of hard to pronounce, but I don't want to give it a go. But yeah, this one, obviously, you can tell exactly. This fits the mark on the most Peter Jacksonian award. So perfect. And extended edition scene at the end of Two Towers. Perfect little dialogue between Legolas and Gimli. Acts right in the Urukai's brain. So fantastic job. You can tell it's twitching. Next award goes to most Grimdark. Grimdark, obviously not much of a Lord of the Rings, but I think this entry, you'll definitely agree, is pretty grimdark. So, and it goes to Oscar, and his fantastic. Another. This would be another good Peter Jacksonian award too, but I think the grimdark though, this one really hit the mark on this cat. That award was perfect for it. Obviously, yeah, this was such a cool one. I wish I had a better picture of it more in a zoomed out fashion, but obviously with this, there's so many different angles and things to look at. It's hard to get one picture of, but yeah, from a very good scene as well too from the Fellowship. So congratulations. Yeah. Can all tell her like, holy shit, this is a big boy. All right, next, most precious award goes to. That's got to go again to Kev Lawrence and his Gollum. And this is a much better picture of that Gollum too. Just from the blue of the eyes too. My God, I didn't really notice that. The blue of the eyes is perfect. But yeah, beautiful job. Most precious award. Next, pointy ear award goes to Maximiliano Vieira and his beautiful rendition of Elrond. Most pointy eared. Very well done. Yeah, this is a beautiful job. Next, the best story award. Okay. Kind of a similar one to the most cinematic, but similar in a different way. But best story award goes to Wesley van der Ven. Another beautiful job. Showing a scene that from the Two Towers, but also has the vibes of almost kind of like, I don't know if it's maybe just because Theoden is more, I guess, Tolkien-esque versus what we see him in the movies. Yes, he is not welcome here. So very well done, Wesley. The best servant of Morgoth award goes to Dominic Dore and his Sauron. This was in the dual category, but this Sauron was very well done. So congratulations, Dominic. Nice job. Next, most Tolkien award goes to, I think you guys would agree with this one, Nate Rice and his fantastic work and job with the Tom Bombadil. One fan theory is that Tom Bombadil is a reflection of Tolkien himself, but we'll never know who really Tom Bombadil is. But very, very well done. Obviously, if you zoom out as well too, you'd be able to see more of the nice job with the tree as well too. But very, very well done. Next, the Don't Be Hasty award. This award was created because there was more than a few Treebeard entries and / Ents. So this one was appropriate to figure out which one of them was kind of the best. And this one goes to Alejandro and his Treebeard with Merry and Pippin dishing out them rocks. So very, very well done, Alejandro. Beautiful job. This next one I created because you'll see in a second, but the Goodest of Boys award. Such a good boy. And the Goodest of Boys award goes to, there really weren't any other contenders other than this one, but goes to Robert Evans and his good old pups, the Goodest of Boys. And Farmer Maggot, with, I'm sure, very loyal hounds. So well done. Next, the Sharpest Axe Award for dwarves goes to Philip and his nice little diorama with the raven. I think Cork is his name. I think. And Dane Ironfoot. Very well done, Philip. Now, the last special award goes to the Stubborn Human Award. And this one goes to Fabio and his Man of Dale entry. Very well done. You can tell this is set in the theme of Dale, potentially during when Smaug is attacking, and or maybe in the Battle of Dale at the time of the War of the Ring. So, fantastic job, Fabio. All right, so we're not done this yet. We have one more very, very important award. And let me get it. This award is coined the Mithril Spear. So this award will go to, and was selected, this will go to the person who was selected out of all the gold winners. Essentially, it's like the Slayer Sword, but the Mithril Spear. This one, for whomever the winner will be, they're going to get their name engraved on it. I'm going to get that done, and then I will ship it to you personally. So, Slayer Sword, but better. Yeah, I wish. But this is next. All right. So, and now, the long-awaited Mithril Spear 2024 award goes to, drum roll, let me not shake the laptop, goes to Lucas Kuhn and his Witch King single Masters entry. There were a few that we were going back and forth with, but this one for many of us stood out. And after a long discussion, this really stood out to be the well-deserved, agreed, Harry, Mithril Spear winner. So congratulations, Lucas. Congratulations, very well indeed. Come to the United States so I don't have to pay as much shipping to this. No, I'm kidding. Come to Florida. So again, I mean, I don't know if I can zoom in here. I don't think so, but very, very well done, Lucas. Well deserved gold winner, but also the Mithril Spear winner of the 2024 Mithril Brush competition. So congratulations. Claps, golf clap, golf clap. So, all right. Thank you everybody for coming, for being here. This will be posted on YouTube too for later viewing and for those who weren't able to view it as well. But like I said, always looking to improve upon the competition. So if any of you have any, constructive criticism you want to provide or just notes on things to better run the competition, send them my way. I'm all ears. So also too, the judges did provide some comments on many of the on many of the entries. So if you would like to know some comments along with, even if maybe you had entered into one of the standard competitions or kind of categories and you wanted to get some, thoughts on how you can improve further upon your painting, because this was the whole point of this. The whole point was to not make people, but to really push people to, and like the other competitions, to push their limits when it comes to painting, so that they can really become better painters in themselves and try new things and improve upon their skills. So that's the whole point of all this. So thank you for everybody who entered. All right. I think that's the end of it. If no one else has anything else to say, congratulations again, Lucas, and all the other gold winners and all the other winners of all the various awards. So well done. And I will see you guys next year when we do this again. Cheerio. Bye-bye, guys.